been clear enough for people to see, apart from, fostering national unity, for creating the unity school? Were there other goals, and were they visible?
Yes, aside the unity that was aimed at being promoted, which looks like the main objective, yeah, there were several other objectives. One of them, I would say, is academic excellence. Sincerely, government created those unity schools with high standards so that they could produce future leaders to take on roles in different sectors. And we can see that today we have a lot of people in leadership position that went through these unity schools. You can name them. We have a lot of them in the country. Aside academic excellence, it was also for leadership development. The unity schools were meant to groom students for leadership roles. And I would say that I benefited from it because there was a lot of discipline, a lot of putting in our mindset that we are grooming you to be leaders, of tomorrow. And I would say as a person that I also, benefited from that because taking on roles, you're independent, and no dad, no mom with you, and then you're able to do tasks. It groomed us for leadership roles. And aside leadership development, another objective I would say is economic mobility. And what do I mean by that? Government were providing subsidized higher education, and university schools were designed to bridge these social economic gaps. They looked at it that, okay, whether you are, you know, a high income earner or low income earner or mid, we should be able to have institutions that can benefit all these social structures, social economic structures. And that's what the unity schools came to do. They were able to bridge this gap, and students, even from less privileged backgrounds, could access better education opportunities. Another objective, I would say, is civic responsibility. Now, these schools, promoted values like discipline. I talked about that. Discipline, patriotism, public service, and actually critical, in shaping responsible citizens. You can imagine growing up in an environment where you can't just litter, the place you are encouraged or cautioned. No, you can't litter this place. Clean up. You wake up in the morning, you have to take care of your bed space, you have to clean up your room, clean up the dormitory. All of these things are part of the objectives to help and raise people with that civic responsibility mindset that, oh, I'm in this environment to contribute, responsibly to my society. Thank you.
Oh
All right,
yes,
thank you so
thank you
much.
so much for that. That was amazing. So many objectives, and when you want to start up something, there is a vision, at which it all rides on. So my question is, considering the original vision and objectives of the creation of this unity schools, how relevant and achievable do you think the original aims remain in the context of Nigeria's, current social, political, and educational landscape?
Well, I would say that while this vision or the objectives remain relevant,
Okay.
creating unity, leadership development, academic excellence, while they remain relevant, achieving them these days is becoming more challenging, and we know that. There is a lot of increase in sectionalism when it comes to ethnic, to religion. You see people nowadays are having the mindset that I am Igbo, you are Yoruba. In those days, we could live together and you were not minding coming from, because at a very tender age, everybody's coming together, growing
Are you still with us?
themselves. Yeah, in themselves as we are one nation. There's so much division and it's increased. Another thing that could affect or could challenge this vision from being realistic, of course, it's still there, but challenging is the fact that there's a lot of funding